this game and then realized after 3.5 hours that I had not recorded any of it, even though I
Oh
thought I had.
no!
It
Oh
was
no!
it was at the end they were like, okay, we have to do that all again. So
I've never
so
played that. I'd like to.
yeah, I like superheroes, so that's. Though I will say, playing other things and playing Mutants and Masterminds is crunchy enough that it wears me out from wanting to do any other kind of crunch.
Mm-hmm.
That's all the crunchy gaming I need at any one time. So where we left off last time, we have a group that is split in twain.
In twain.
On the one hand, we have right now Morosa and Sid, who have headed into the hedge in the middle of an evening that has been filled with a variety of magical omens and portents, strange watchers, warnings from children on the street, missing people, and lights off in the distance. But despite that, and despite Morosa not being on camera, you have headed in because you know from the various pieces that you put together that the Pitch Pit gang, a gang of, are they Hobbs? Not entirely certain, who have some sort of figure leading them, have been involved with the kidnappings of changelings of late. The strangely patriotic, strangely anti-alien kidnappings. And so, where we left off with you two, you were climbing the ladder up into the giant floating peach covered in tinfoil, and you had just entered into the rotten core of it. On the other hand, on the other side of things, we have John. And there, John the Smith has led a crusade that quite valiantly he attempted to slow down to make sure that things did not go off the deep end too quickly.
He only half-heartedly attempted.
I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt on that statement there. Essentially, had warned the group of changelings of the Summer Court, and I'm going to actually copy, and I'll put character sheets back again.
Oh, thank you.
I'm going to put that up here. And you have with you 2 changelings. LKJ.
I put that in there so that when you post the second character sheet that they don't run together as one.
Oh, awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, that would be
Yours.
Twiddle.
Twiddle. Oh, I missed a couple there. Twiddle and Noisy are with you, John. They have been appointed by the court. Noisy with her great galumphing hands and feet. Twiddle with his quiet wrench. And you guys are all hopped up on goop and headed over to the Technical Institute to go and secure the premises so that the Summer Court can descend and destroy this keeper that was chained in the basement. However, when you arrived on scene, you discovered that, in fact, someone else had been there before you and apparently had removed the keeper from this parapsychological institute and had put it on a truck and had driven away.
It's not great.
Right. Did
No.
we actually know that the keeper was removed? I might have missed that part.
We had guessed it. We had enough to see the trail,
Right. Okay.
And we
that's
saw
right.
the
Yep.
tire
forgot about
tracks.
that.
Remember, that's the last part is we had the trail and everything.
And
So-
the very last thing that you noted in your kind of looking around the site were the essentially bug shells,
Right.
cicada and such, that reminded you quite distinctly of Zippet Rausch, the swarm elemental from the Autumn Court. And that's where we left off with you, John. And so I'm going to start then with Noisy and Twiddle and John there. What is your next move, John?
I will probably try and contact the Summer Court, and
Okay.
or I don't know. Did it seem evident enough that the keeper was taken? That's a fair assumption. Then at this point,
That's your assumption. You could still
Okay.
investigate further into the building itself.
I'll probably okay. And I think that we should go just double check to make sure that that's what. Oh, but then they'll get farther away.
Yes.
But what if we chase them down and
It was Bug Guy.
he's still here?
What are we going to do, Smith? It's Bug Guy.
I will call the Summer Court.
Okay.
Um,
I'll eat some licorice.
Let me.
I will pat Twiddle on the head.
Okay. John, your phone isn't behaving.
What?
That
doesn't happen.
The phone just isn't quite working right now.
I'm going to do the John W. Smith immediate fix any problem with a technological device solution, and I'm going to punch it repeatedly.
Okay. All right. Do you want to make a roll for your punching it?
Well, not like punching it to smash it, but smacking it on things because that's what makes things work.
Right.
Yeah.
The knock of Mr. Fix-It.
Yes.
Okay. Why don't you make a roll for me?
All right.
Smith Funk.
I'm going to go with quick because I want to get that call out ASAP.
Sure, fair enough.
Well, that's actually not too bad. So that is a. Does that count as science?
Sure.
Okay, so
It's your phone, so
that's a 5.
While the phone will not restore, you will realize that whatever problem is going on with the phone does seem to be unnatural. That
Stupid magic.
Something you don't know. There's something going on. Some interference. Something is happening. Maybe it's your own.
Neither of you two get out on the
nature is
phone.
interfering.
So
Twiddle.
what?
Can you,
Huh?
Can you get a call out?
Can I get a call out? Can I? I'll reach down. I'll get my phone. I'll hit some buttons.
Noisy, why don't
I'll
you check
hit my memory buttons. All of them.
Check what?
to see if you can get a call out on your phone?
Phone? Those
It's a thing.
things can
Use your contact people.
You probably do realize that with those enormous mitts that Noisy probably doesn't have.
No, it's because they give you cancer.
Noisy. If
We
you give me
haven't talked about this.
8 hours and about 6 weeks of rest and recuperation time, I could probably install a hand phone. I just need to, I'd snip a couple ligaments here and there. And
So I hit all the little star buttons. Is anyone talking to me? I'm waiting.
Twiddle, your phone does not seem to be working either.
Huh. Maybe I hit too many stars. I'll try turning it off and back on.
Okay. You'll do the turn it back on. Do the reset on it, and it will come back on.
All right.
But it's still not working.
Okay. I'm gonna do the summer court, guys. Is there any sort of like summer sign or anything that you can leave people so that they know that you are moving on or something?
We have a handshake. You want to see
Okay.
it? Wait, no, not with Noisy.
That doesn't
So
help.
he sort of backs away. He goes, yeah, we got a handshake.
Okay. How about anything a little more permanent that will let people that come after you're gone know that you're not there anymore and have moved somewhere else?
Oh,
Let's draw a picture of a sun.
oh, we
What?
put an arrow underneath the direction we're going. That's a good
Yeah.
idea. You're like a genius today, Noisy.
I'm always a genius.
So, you got any paint? Big piece of chalk? A Sharpie?
Actually, I think Noisy does have a piece of chalk, and we won't ask why.
Okay.
She kind of just, like, pats her pocket, like,
Okay.
and
Well.
then goes like this.
All right, what are we going to do, boss? We
Uh,
got some chalk. We got a sun sign. We can put an arrow down. What way is the arrow going?
which way did the truck go?
Off campus.
Off campus. Crap.
So that kind of goes like this. What?
And Noisy is like, that's the sound.
We
So I
draw
don't
like a
suppose-
little guard station here?
Can either of you turn invisible by any chance?
Well,
Or
practically.
unseen? I kind of feel like one of us should should investigate.
Okay,
I mean,
sure.
if it's Zip It Roush, we know it's probably ultimately something for the Autumn Court, so it's probably where it went. So maybe
Okay.
I think we should actually stay and verify that the keeper was taken and see if we can find any clues down there, and then once the Summer Court catches up to us, we can tell them that the Autumn Court stole the keeper.
Okay, so let me get this straight. You want me to sneak down to where the keeper was? Like
Yeah,
in a place that is a trapper keeper?
we'll all go down there. We'll go as a team, because we can do it as a team. Because we are unstoppable if we work together.
Right. Okay, so what are the goals again?
To win.
Okay. Go team.
Go
Okay.
team.
Oh, wait, am I going invisible?
I want you to, if you can get kind of scout just a little bit ahead of us so that we aren't caught unawares by guards, and then kind of wave us forward
Okay.
when the coast is clear, and then we'll make our way down to where the keeper was and see if we can spot anything on the way. And in
Okay,
the
so you
keeper's
can
area.
be right behind me, right?
Of course, right behind you.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right, so tell me, Twiddle, how do you wish to proceed here?
He'd rather not,
Okay.
but since he's gotten the go signal from his new boss, his temporary boss, he is pretty sure he has to. So what he's going to do is he's going to go full invisible.
Okay. Is that smoke
That's
kind of?
smoke.
Okay.
Yep.
So you'll spend a fate point.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And essentially you'll invoke that. So we've got that effect going on. So now I'm going to have you make a sneaky roll for me.
All right. I will make the sneaky roll. I got a +1. I got all blanks plus a 1, so that gives me a 4 altogether, plus whatever bonuses the smoke gives me.
Okay. You will move down into the building, kind of following the tracks back. Noisy and John are a ways back. Neither of them are what you would call particularly subtle, though Noisy is okay. Noisy has a sneaky of 2, which is not bad.
Oh, that isn't bad. That's awesome.
What is John's sneaky?
2.
Okay, so you guys are both
I actually thought it was
reasonably.
low. I actually thought it was lower until I looked at my sheet 2 seconds ago. I'm like, oh, it's 2.
There's lots of different nuances to sneaky.
So turning around, you will get down, sort of down this flight of stairs. You know, those kind of university stairwells, echoing and empty. It's late at night. The light flicker there.
It's all cement blocky.
All cement blocky.
What kind of tracks am I seeing? Like more burn tracks?
Yeah.
Is that what this is?
Like the and you're not sure that you kind of look at the tracks and you realize that probably you, because you're a changeling, are seeing the tracks.
All
they
right.
might not even be visible to someone else.
All right. And these things are looking like
wheeled tracks.
Like someone had a burning rubber dolly or something that was like really hot.
Could be. I mean,
or something. Just that there was a dolly involved.
Yeah. You'll hit the bottom landing of these steps down into this basement where this clearly came up from, and you will get a shiver.
Okay, so my ears go back all flat, and I kind of stop, and I wait for them to join me, because if I'm going to get caught in a keeper trap, I would rather have some company.
Okay. Noisy, John, are you doing anything special as you come down those stairs? Following behind Twiddle? Anything I should know about?
Just probably keeping my eyes peeled behind me and then looking for any physical evidence or signs of passage or whatnot. I'm not too worried about traps because I'm guessing that Twiddle's going to set any traps off that we come across.
Okay.
Awesome.
You guys will hit that sort of bottom line. You'll see Twiddle is down at the bottom of the stairs. I mean, you can see just the sort of the vague form. He is kind of a black mist and shadow, sort of in the lee of the stairwell.
With his big yellow eyes that glow out from it sometimes when he looks directly at you.
Yeah. But not in a sinister way, because they're big, round, marsupial eyes.
They look terrified.
And you guys will, when you hit the bottom of those stairs, you will get a chill.
I don't like it here, John.
Basements are always cooler than upstairs.
Okay, so that door looks really tricky to me, so I'm going to leave it to a smith to open it.
It has a little latch on it.
All right, give me about 14 hours, and I'll come up with a latch opening device, and then I'll roll my eyes and flip open the latch.
Okay. Kind of open it up. Hallway. You'll see that the wheel tracks go down the hallway, and it's very odd here. It's super quiet. Normally, you guys, there's always in the back of your mind a sense of of the echo of the hedge, the rustle of the thorns, all of that kind of background noise. When you step into the hallway, you don't feel that. You don't hear that. You are away from the hedge.
Whoa, this is like really bad, good, bad, wrong. This is different.
What? Like, have any of us ever felt anything like this before? Like, this place is like unhinged.
Cut off from the hedge.
So I assume, guys, that what's happening here is that in order to keep the keeper, occupied and unable to escape, they had to find some way to cut it off from its livelihood, which of course would stem from the hedge and the magics therein. So there's probably some sort of a nifty device around that we're going to want to make sure we grab up.
Like, are you sure it's just not in the place?
It seems kind of coincidental that
It
it's
could
the place itself.
We don't know what it's gonna do.
No, what I mean is like in the blocks.
Oh, I see. Like in the Well, that means they would have had to have been keeping the keeper here since the place was built, I think.
Are you sure?
I don't know.
I think you're making stuff up. I mean, I'm cool with that.
I deal in science, not in magic.
Why don't I make a roll now that you guys are chatting away here at the bottom of this echoing stairwell?
We're whispering, but yeah, maybe the whispers are going all the way up.
All right, fair enough. Go on, I'm listening.
Who said that?
That's me,
Oh,
the
okay.
GM.
So are we really gonna go in there? Because like it kept the keeper from getting out, and
Okay,
I mean,
who has the rope?
rope.
Who has a rope?
Hold out the rope.
Oh,
And Noisy does.
All right.
It's very much sort of what kind of rope is it? Is it like serial killer bought from a hardware store rope or?
No, it's nylon rope, but the kind that when it's like really pokey.
Okay.
oh yeah, like the stuff that's around a ring.
Yeah, exactly.
He
Exactly.
uses it to define a ring.
Okay.
Right.
All right. So we're gonna tie this around someone, and then they'll take a step in, and if they have problems, we'll yank them out. I, of course, being the scientist, I need to stand back here to observe to make sure that I can make sure we don't repeat any mistakes the next time we go in.
You don't need science to know if there's a problem.
So what are you saying, boss?
Oh,
Just ask.
grab the rope and start tying it around your waist. Because it's better than talking about it like these two want to do. Just kind of like, whatever. And
So you're tying it around.
This is a bad idea.
Wait, you're tying it around your waist?
Yes.
Noisy. Let's say that you were to fall over. Like there isn't any way the two of us are gonna drag you back.
Well, better than listen to you two argue about it, ain't it?
Shh.
I'll do it. Tie the rope to me.
Good answer.
So this goes on for a minute or two.
I'm sorry.
John, we'll tie the rope to you. Twiddle fades back into a corner, and Noisy has got the other end of this rope. What color is the rope?
It's
Yellow.
Yellow. Okay. So sort of safety yellow rope is wrapped around you.
Not
Okay.
safety yellow. It's like that gross kind of goldenrod color.
Oh, okay.
Super important that we establish this, Lowell. We have to
Absolutely. Got to get the yellow correct. All right. Now that we have the palette established.
John's gonna close his eyes and plug his nose and hold his breath and jump through the door.
Okay. You will step through the doorway. There is a hallway there. It goes down. Does look like you're in. You kind of feel there are machines, the sort of vibration of that. You'll see that down one way, it looks like there might be some offices and maybe a lounge of some kind. And then down the other way, the way that the wheel tracks go, it looks like there are more doors and things and maybe more lab type things.
Mm-hmm. Did you say machinery?
Possibly. Certainly hearing the thrum of that. Do you want to go?
I'm going to follow the machinery noise.
Okay. So head down.
At least until the rope runs out.
Okay.
If I don't disintegrate by that point, I will yank on it to signal the okay for them to come in.
Walk down.
Oh, is that what the signal means?
Yes.
Since you hadn't established that, that might be the we should now run away signal.
Wait, what just
No,
happened?
the runaway signal is John screaming and growing larger as he runs towards them at high speed. That's the runaway signal.
So, John, you make your way along there, and you will see that the tracks continue on, but there are at least two labs here, doorways, and definitely hear kind of a thrum, a vibration of maybe machinery or something like that coming from behind that door. off
But
to
that's
that
not
side.
the direction that the wheels went, right?
The tracks continue on.
Well, I am going to ignore the tracks because I'm going to compel pretty much any of my things to be able to, to grow obsessed with the machinery and have to discover what it is. I'll go with machines speak with them.
Absolutely.
I don't know what they're saying to me, but they're obviously saying something to distract me
Well,
from
it's
following the
part.
tracks.
It's you're hearing that. Okay, so you can do that. I assume you'll open that door.
Yep.
Okay. Um, you
They'd tell
will.
the machines would tell me if there's something wrong back there. I think confidently.
You do, because even when you don't hear the machines, you do hear the machines because you do hear them in your head.
Right.
Because part of it is that you are at least partially crazy. So you will come through into this room, and there's lab equipment around, and various bits and pieces, and you will see markings off and around to the sides, like people have carefully written out scientific notation, but it's a rainbow of colors. Clearly, there's some designation to that all the different colors have some kind of meaning. So it's just an absolute scramble, a chaos on the whiteboards that make up the wall. But more importantly, as you look off to the side, you will see that there is a set of machines, and you will see that there is a person seated inside what looks like a glass box. Box is about 8 by 8, and there is a figure seated there, and it is simply watching you. This is what the figure looks like. I'm going
Oh
to.
no, I'm scared to look.
Me too.
Ah!
Oh, it's tiny little.
It looks. Oh, let me see if I can get that bigger.
Oh my gosh.
How's that?
A little better, but pixely.
Sorry. It looks like a girl. Her hair kind of crackling with some kind of energy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And she will look at you.
I'll wave. See if I get a response.
She'll wave.
Do you need help?
She looks at you. She sees. She goes.
You need to use your vocal. Oh, right, you're in a glass box. All right, I'm actually going to. See if I can find a way to open the box.
Oh my god.
Can I change my compel, Lowell, now that I see what's in here, from just compelling
Sure.
machine speak with me to anything can be fixed? I'm
Absolutely.
compelling anything can be fixed. I'm throwing everything else aside until I A, figure out who this person is, B, figure out what the machinery is, and C, figure out what all the equations are for and get them all jotted down so I can make use of them.
Absolutely. So we'll come back to you, John.
No, you can't just leave it there. Why would you?
And when we come back, we'll start out with Twiddle and Noisy getting a little nervous about what's going on.
Got licorice, as long as the licorice supply holds out.
You can't see this. We don't know this. Oh.
So, meanwhile, Marosa and Sid have entered into this giant flying rotten peach.
All caper themed.
You guys are dressed in black.
I
And
told you that way right here.
they're kidnapped changelings. You suspect they might be here.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. Is this linked to the message from the children, or is this a totally different thing?
Totally different thing.
You don't know. You think totally different. You hope.
Unless they're working with the director. Not that I say that out loud.
Not that you say that out loud.
No, let's
So,
not say his name, okay?
Exactly.
Or his, whatever, his title.
Let's not get close to that idea at all. Let's concentrate on what's ahead of us.
so there are sort of carved out footholds in the vegetative matter of the inside of this peach that go up. In some places, it looks like people have taken like pieces of garbage and kind of attached them as a walk-up way, and it looks like you can go essentially two directions, either to your left or your right. So, what are you guys doing?
Well, we have the dowsing rod.
Okay.
That should allow us to find where Ventura is.
Okay.
So we are going to activate that.
All right. So spend another point,
Okay.
or spend a point since it's
Spend a
your
point.
first one.
Okay, so Morosa's down 1.
And what's the appropriate approach for that?
I would think
Okay.
so. That's what? Probably clever.
That seems reasonable to me.
Okay. Hold on a second. Let me get this all. I think it's like 2, but I want to check it real quick. Okay. So I rolled a 2, and I'm adding 2. My clever is 3.
Okay.
And then my occult stuff, I don't have anything particularly for occult. It's
Right.
so.
You guys will move up.
+1 on perception, though.
Okay. I assume Morosa taking point, and move up into the burrow of these tunnels that are inside the peach. Again, as I said last time, the peach is bigger on the inside than it is on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
And it is carefully been sort of carved in some ways, and yet there's garbage everywhere. Maybe somebody at one point might have done it and crafted this with some loving care. You can see that there are places where someone might have actually taken some real skill and talent to carve out the inside of this peach, but now it's been left to rot, and the garbage is sort of piling up in here.
Okay, so it's these hobs that have made it foul or fouler.
Possibly.
Okay.
And you will move up. The dowsing rod will lead you on, and you'll kind of pop to the next section there carefully. Sid, as she's doing the dowsing rod, I assume you're kind of playing spotter.
Absolutely.
What would you describe as your method for covering you guys, your approach for that?
Paranoia.
Okay.
And no, it's more. Well, of course, it's all got to be about the angles, doesn't it?
Right.
It has to be. If someone's going to come around a corner and surprise us, this would happen. This is the music I would hear in my head. And if someone were to drop down from the ceiling, it's probably a cat. So that's fine. And, you know, she's thinking about, like, basically the angles that are used when people sneak up on other people, and then that's where she's putting her eyes and ears.
All right. Go ahead and make your approach roll then.
And if something jumps at us, it's probably a cat. That was ridiculous.
I have the cat clinging to the back of my chair right now.
Oh,
which
I'm
you can see in
terribly
2
sorry.
angles.
Yes.
So sorry, that sounds terrible. Um, so wait, I'm rolling my sneaky? Or
No,
what?
you're rolling whatever your approach is. How you've defined that.
So
Uh,
careful.
I want to be able to say I'm doing it cleverly because it's an exercise in thinking about things, but I think careful is probably a slightly better. So,
Okay.
and by better, I mean the opposite of actually better.
You mean it's a harder roll, but
Fair
Why am
enough.
I rolling my White Wolf dice? I'm sorry, I was using the wrong die roller.
That's okay.
I'm like, oh, I got 3 successes. Wait.
Yep.
Okay. Alright, -1, so that's 1.
1.
Yep. Yep.
So you are moving along, and Morosa is got the dowsing rod up, and she's moved it up into this, and she's heading up. Imagine it like a hatch, sort of in the ceiling of the room here, that she's kind of clambering up to get into this next section. And there are a couple of other of these sort of rounded, almost hobbit hole passages, and you're kind of watching, and you will be going, okay, well, they would come, and then you kind of know, actually, maybe this way, and you will see 2 hob figures moving oddly. They kind of climb like this, climbing up through the thing, and you will see 2 of them, and this is what the hobs look like.
I want to warn Marosa via hand signals.
okay. You mean you're gonna grab her ankle? Oh God.
Oh my god. Oh, look.
Well, thank you, Lowell, for finding the most disgusting thing ever.
Can you link me to that? I need to add it to my laser pin board.
I'll have to find it for you.
Yes. Oh my god, that's horrible. Ah.
You're all welcome for your nightmare fuel.
Oh
All right.
God.
We're getting chased by a Cenobite.
And this thing is a clattering hollow head of rot as these 2 come up. So you've got a 1, so you do have a chance to have some edge there. So your action is to essentially warn Morosa. Morosa, what's your action when you kind of look back into the room and you will see these 2 things coming up in?
Oh well, of course however I've climbed back down, I'll do the fastest possible like slide rappel that I can do to rejoin where she is. But I'm hoping to actually be able to land a boot onto the neck of one of these and snap its neck just as I go.
Okay, so that is going to be an attack there.
Okay.
You guys have the element of surprise.
Alrighty.
So go ahead and make. So how would you describe that approach there? With
Forceful.
Okay. Forceful. Boot to the hollow head of the hob.
Yep. So. And I rolled a 1, so that gives me a 4 altogether.
4?
Mm-hmm. Well, I can yeah.
Do you invoking a contract as well?
Let's see here. I've got. No, I don't think so. I could use stone if I need it, but at this point I don't want to make a lot of extra noise, if that makes any sense.
Your boot will come down on this thing hard and heavy, and it gives more soft and squishy, and there is that sort of both crunch and give, like putting your foot in a pile of rotted cabbage as it comes down there, and you probably slip a little from the effect of that. And this one does seem like it is out. Sid, what are you doing? There's another one that's kind of reared back when this happens.
I guess I'm gonna kill it, because that's what we're doing today. Yeah.
How does Sid go about killing this?
Oh, this is gonna be really gross.
Okay.
She's gonna like grab its arms and put her knees between its shoulder blades and just like wrench back.
Okay. Are you invoking any contracts or anything I should know about?
You know, I think this is just pure crazy.
Okay.
Actually.
Actually, that'd be a great aspect. Just pure crazy.
Oh, actually, I could invoke my crazy Hollywood thing, like, you know, because when Sid flips, she flips high.
Fair enough.
So, yeah, I guess.
So this sounds pretty forceful to me the way you're describing that. Is that what I'm hearing? Okay.
I think my forceful is one of my middling. I think it's a 3.
Yeah. So you can do forceful, make your roll, and then if you want, you can spend a fate point to bump that up.
I don't think I should spend a fate point yet. I think I'm gonna need them for later.
Oh, I think you should spend a fate point. You should absolutely spend a fate point.
Oh.
But you don't do that until after you rolled. You get to see what you rolled first.
Okay, well, let's see what I rolled
But I'm
first.
still going to try and convince you to spend a fate point.
Well, I rolled a totally neutral, so that's 3.
Okay. That's still pretty good. You'll kind of come around on it, it kind of reared up, and you'll grab, and there is a thing, these things are, when you grab on, it's just skin, and the skin is kind of cold and clammy, and yet it's wet with some kind of oil as you grab on and kind of twist its arms back, and you actually have to pull further because its sockets are sort of odd, so there is that sort of chicken boning effect there when you wrench back, and it will cry out, and it's kind of a hive sort of that ululates out from it.
It talks like Googie Boogie. Oh
Yes.
God! Ah! I just murdered a Googie Boogie.
It's going to attempt. It has. It is not down. It's going to attempt to wrench itself away from you in a particular way.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh God. This is
So,
so
Sid, you had a 3 last time. So, what it does is this: you come up behind it, right, and grabbed onto it, and kind of pulled its arms back behind, and done that, right?
Yeah.
You will see it kind of kick its feet up and flip over while you're still holding its arms,
Shit.
and its feet will kind of curve, dirty toenail will kind of land on your shoulders as it's kind of arced over you as you're holding its arms. It wasn't able to do any damage, but it is gripped on there. So back to Morosa.
Oh, this is really bad.
Okay, how am I going to extract this thing from her? It's like in a knot. She's holding on. It's flipped back.
It's
Where's
like
its
in a
head?
U. Its head is sort of now up above her head.
Okay. Then let's see here. I guess that what I'm going to do is, gosh, I don't have a canoe. That's what's killing me. So let's see here. So it's grabbed its feet and stuff. So I will say
Its feet are on her shoulders.
right, and her head. Its head is over there.
Yep.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab it by its neck, and I'm going to say, let go, Sid, and I'm going to wrench it so that I can just like sort of fling it off of her, because it's got its feet on her, but it hasn't got like that much of a grip on her,
That
not
seems
around her.
Fair enough. Go ahead.
So-
And are we still forceful, I assume?
Yeah, essentially I'm going to use
I'm
it like
going
a
to try and
horrible
resist.
club.
Wow, that's the suckiest roll.
That's okay. This isn't the suckiest roll. So I rolled a 1 and I have a 3, so I got a 4 total.
So it kind of lands you see the toenails and the feet and the calluses, and they're right by your face, Sid. And then you'll hear Morosa scream for you to let go of it, and she grabs this thing and she flings it like a rag doll, and it will impact into the wall and kind of probably again twist even more and then fall to the ground in a bundle. You guys have made some noise.
Apparently I screamed, so...
Yes.
That is...
how do you want to go now?
Faster.
Faster, a little more recklessly in your movement forward following
Yes.
this thing? Okay. Why don't you both make a sort of climbing roll to describe your method of pushing forward here.
Okay. So, let's see here. I'm looking at the thing. I think the thing is, since we're going faster now, I'm going to go with forceful.
That seems fair enough.
And I rolled a neutral, so I end up with 3.
3, okay. And Sid?
I kind of want to go with flashy just because I like the idea of moving flashily, but there's no audience, so it doesn't really work.
There's Morosa.
Yeah.
There is Morosa, who I do like to show up.
Oh, yeah, so you could do back-to-back where you're walking backwards with your back against hers or something crazy like that does look all...
Yeah. I think I'm going to start, doing the whole, spy thingy, like the...
That seems fair enough to me. Okay. Go ahead and make that roll.
I like that. I only got a 2. I got
2?
minus.
Still pretty good. That overcomes the circumstances that you guys are in. Imagine this. Low light. Walls that are made of a mix of garbage and sort of dried pumpkin innards. And you're climbing up, trying to follow the dowsing rod at the same time. And you will come up into a larger room, and you will see... It takes a second to kind of your eyes to adjust because there are what's almost sort of that reddish road flare look of the lighting in here, and you realize that it's like little LED lights that kind of do that swirl of colors that are set up in here to illuminate. And you will see that there are, in this room, these shapes hanging from the ceiling.
Oh, shit.
And it actually looks like there are hooks and there are these bags. It looks like if someone were to make a spider cocoon out of the American flag, spin that out, and wrap it, that's what it would look like, sort of red, white, and blue, and the stars kind of off. And there are a set of... let me see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 bags hanging from the ceiling there.
Okay.
Probably about 12 feet off the ground.
Oh, goodness.
And there are a couple of bigger entryways out of this room.
Is one of these Gain? Is one of these Ventura?
Certainly the dowsing rod that you have is pointing there.
Okay, so these are our people. Let's see here then. I got to get up there to get a look at him and see if we can pull him down and the others too.
Okay.
So
tell me how you want to do that. So the ceiling in this room is, let's say, a good 18, 20 feet off the ground. There's kind of a hook met up there, and then these cocoons hanging there, hanging down from the ceiling. Some of them look a little bit older, maybe more dense than others, but there's definitely the 4 of them, and there's a gap of a good 12 feet below where the bottom of the sack is and the ground here.
okay, so essentially because we came with our gear and everything, I'm going to assume that I have some sort of rappelling gear.
Okay.
Can I toss that up to catch one of those hooks so that I can pull myself up one of the ropes? That's the same one that's holding the cocoon.
Oh, that's an interesting idea. That's a tricky shot.
Okay.
That's going to require some care to have that work, I think.
All right, I think that's reasonable. Let's see here then.
Sid, what are you doing while you see Morosa getting this gear out?
Freaking out, yo.
Okay.
Okay.
Kinda
Seems
losing it.
reasonable.
Sorry, I'd love to help, but we got some weird-ass racist spider going on, and I don't...
Yeah, you get ready for the spider. I'm going to see if I can drop these cocoons.
Just freaking out quietly.
Yeah, like I could do a lasso kind of thing and try to lasso the hook.
Okay,
right?
that seems like
So that's what I'm going to do. And
All right.
I'll take that as clever, I think.
That seems fair.
Okay. So I'm going to roll on that to start, and I will spend aspects if I have to.
Okay.
Okay.
It's a difficult shot.
All right. So I rolled a +1. I have a 3 in clever, and is that sufficient?
So a 4?
A 4.
So you will be able to lasso that hook on there and get that held
Okay.
and get that set.
All right. Then my next thing will be to start climbing up.
Okay. And Sid? Oh, Sid stepped away for a moment.
I can hear you.
Okay, I'll wait till you come back there.
Oh, okay, sorry.
No, that's okay.
I was preparing a thing. Okay, what do you need? I need ice cream right now.
You need ice cream. All right. Now that I've described all these horrible things, ice cream might help.
My brain.
You will definitely hear people coming
Shit.
from both of the passageways, the
Does
larger
it
ones.
sound squishy?
Why don't you make a perception check with your bonus there to get the information?
A perception check, like clever or?
Sure. Clever sounds good.
Sweet. 1, so that's 5.
5.
Woof.
One of them sounds like that sort of skitching, crawling that you heard from the down below when you saw those other two, like a group of those. And the other thing, definitely something coming with more heavy and leaden steps.
So wait, from one passageway, weird squishies. From the other passageway, thump, thump, thump.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna say to Marissa, you couldn't hurry up or anything, right? Someone's coming.
I'm hurrying, but I can tell they're coming. How can you block it? How can you slow them?
Can I block it with anything?
Like?
Like the tarpaulin in the corner, for example. Can I do something with that? Like stretch it across the doorway so at least put something heavy against that, maybe? I don't know.
To block visibility, it might for a moment. That's certainly a possibility.
Ooh, but it'll make a lot of noise.
We've already made a lot of noise, though.
We've already made a lot of noise. That's why they're coming. Basically, are there painful... Anything that looks sharp, I'm going to scatter in the hallway.
Okay.
Any broken nails, boards with nails in them. I need time to do the Home Alone thing.
You're going to set up a quick makeshift sort of traps then, kind of, for this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Tell me your approach.
My approach is quick.
Okay. Doing this as fast as possible. Do you have any contracts that you're invoking to supplement this? Anything that fits? Just checking.
Can I use separation?
And how would that work?
Let's say separation is all about getting from place to place and being slippery. So we can say that like things don't get in my way.
Okay.
Like, if there's a thing, I can grab it and put it in their way, but I don't have to stumble over it or go around it. I can just leap over it because I'm being slippery.
That's perfect. That's a great invocation of that. So I'll give you a bonus. Go ahead. You'll spend a fate point for that. You'll go ahead and make your roll with quick.
All right, and I think my quick is 2.
Okay.
I think. I got a -1, so it's just 1 plus my bonus.
Plus the bonus. So you will get this various sort of stabbings, sort of run your blur. Moving through here, grabbing those things up, setting them up as quick as possible, regretting that you don't have John, who would be, a madman for setting up the danger traps here. And sort of as you're getting that last sort of stage, you will see the first of the ones on the sort of the squishy side come up to these things and start reeling back from the sticks and points and things, and you'll see that Morosa is getting this first bag down, has kind of dropped it down to the ground. You'll kind of come back and you'll see that behind the sort of the barriers and stuff on the other side in that hallway, you will see a figure standing there.
Alright, I'm gonna, once I see what it is, I have a plan. I have a thing I want to do, and it's crazy, but what is it?
Oh, God.
Oh, dear God, I'm so glad I'm not there.
Oh, God.
That is the foulest thing ever.
Oh, okay.
It looks at you and it goes, America!
Oh, my God.
And then we'll cut back to the other side. So, John.
God.
I didn't mean to.
Horrible.
Thanks for telling me.
So, Twiddle and Noisy, you guys are in the hallway.
Yes.
You have the end of this rope, this goldenrod rope, and you.
Saffron. Isn't the word saffron for that color? Isn't that saffron?
Goldenrod, saffron.
Goldenrod. Yeah, goldenrod is.
I'm a guy, so that goes all kind of blend together for me. In terms of us being able to name them. So let me ask you this, Twiddle. You have been watching this situation go on.
I have been eating all of my licorice.
Okay. You will, I assume, take a peek, kind of checking to make sure what's going on.
Yes, very carefully. The whole place seems very bad to me.
You'll stick your head out into the hall, and you'll kind of look, and you can smell cupcakes or something around. But more importantly, you see the red rope, the yellow rope goes down the hall, and you see the tracks go down the hall. The rope is parallel to those tracks, but then you can see that the tracks go on, but the rope actually goes into a different room.
Oh no! Wait a minute! Wait a minute! Wait a minute! Did he get sucked into a trap already?
It's fuckery.
Oh man! I go back. I ask Noisy for a crowbar. I may have to pry John out of here. I go, you gotta stay here and pull us back, okay?
I guess so.
And then I will take the crowbar and I will go to get John out of the trap that he's in.
Okay.
Because we're summer court and we stick together.
So you will move down this hallway and you will come to the door.
I have to stand on tippy toes and put my arms all the way up to reach the rope, So
Okay.
This is hard. I never let go of it, though.
Okay. Moving it along.
Yep. I got my claws hooked over it.
Hand over hand.
Oh, it's hard.
He's short, too, so it is at waist high, so it's not too bad.
Yeah, so maybe not on tippy toes, but still. I still got to
Move
reach
along.
up.
You will look inside, and you will see that room with all the writing and the sort of the chaos, and oh, look, there's a sandwich over there, and stuff. But you will see that John is at this sort of crystal glass chamber with a person inside it, and you see that he is looks like he's working to maybe open up this chamber.
What are you doing?
John, okay, come. Oh, I've got to open this up. You're determined. You've looked around, grabbed up some tools. Oh, there's some nice tools here and stuff. Okay, get that set. You go over to the chamber. And you're like, rub your hands together. You're just about to start when you hear,
What are you doing? John, we gotta find out if the keeper got away, and then you found another keeper and you're trying to let him get away.
Is that a crowbar?
Oh my god.
He turns around
Yeah,
and runs back
I
into
need that to open up this.
she.
He yells,
You-
pull, as he's getting closer.
So she gives
So Twiddle sees you see the crowbar,
Pull.
and Twiddle runs. What do you do, John?
I untie the rope.
Oh fuck.
Okay,
The minute I got the signal, she gave a yank. So
okay. So this is John's quick versus Noisy's quick.
Oh, quick? Or was
Quick
it
versus quick.
Alright.
All right.
What's my quick?
Your quick is
0.
0.
Fuck.
Okay. So what is your total quick, John?
5.
Whoa!
Shit.
Quick is my other high one.
So if Noisy can get all 4,
Three.
so there is that thing where you shout pull,
Yes.
John, and rope goes out and it goes flying past you, whips across you, pulls you along because you were hanging onto it, Twiddle, and you are yanked back into that hall.
Okay, I am.
Yes.
Okay, Panic-Fueled Beast Courier. I'm going to start pulling too.
Okay.
There we go.
Except that John's no longer attached to the rope.
Yeah, I know, but at least we'll get the rope back.
Okay.
Quick
We're
thinking,
gonna have to
Twiddle.
seal them in.
Fair enough. You guys will pull the rope in completely. Why doesn't Noisy make a careful roll for me? You got a +1 there.
Oh dear. -3.
All right. We'll come back to you in just 1 second.
I mean, -3 was my dice roll, so it's
So do it to -2.
yeah, it's still shit, but that needs to be established.
It's not full-on catastrophic.
Right. So we come back to you, John, and what is it that you are doing?
Does there appear to be any way to open the glass box?
Why don't you make a clever check for me here? This seems like right up your bailiwick.
Alright. Oh, perception, so that's 4.
Yeah. It does look like you could get it open. It looks like there's actually some kind of release valve thing here. Like like you'll notice that the pressure is odd. It must be a near vacuum in that box.
Okay, I will attempt to make hand signals with the person before I inadvertently kill them by opening the box.
Okay. What
I'm
kind
trying to do something to signal, do you want out? Do you want out?
she'll kind of sit there and she'll look at you. She's watching you, and she will go and she will nod.
Shit.
Yes, she says in this nod. I want out.
Is she creeping me out?
She's a teenage girl with static electrical hair in a sort of odd outfit, sitting in a glass box by herself, waiting for you.
Not changeling, I'm assuming.
I need to establish this because it's weirding me out that John just can't tell she's a keeper because Morosa could tell that a keeper was in the basement, and now John is right next to, presumably one, and can't tell. So is this part of the magic of the room that we can't tell, or why can't he tell?
Well, here's the interesting thing: is Morosa was able to tell that there was a keeper down here, even when she was down in the basement.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. So why isn't that still the case?
That's an interesting question.
Ah!
Obviously, because it's not a keeper. It's just a little girl who's trapped in a cage.
A vacuum-sealed cage.
And she's still alive.
Cut off from the hedge, which means that your killing might not work. Oh God.
What do you want to do, John?
Oh my God.
I compelled my basic I must solve mysteries thing, so I'm gonna keep plugging at it.
Okay.
I might be a little bit. I might not be so quick to open the thing now that I notice that it's completely vacuum sealed, because that means there's no oxygen in there though. So I might study the equipment around her and the algorithms and whatnot a bit more to see if that will give me any insight as to what's in the cage.
Make a roll for me here.
All right.
Meanwhile, Noisy is asking Twiddle to explain what the hell.
We'll come back to you two in just 1 second.
What?
The equations one out. They're actual scientific equations, right?
There's some of that and some paperwork around.
Okay, so I'm assuming perception would work. Could I also use science or diagnostics?
Oh yeah, that's perfect.
Can you stack specialties?
I'm not gonna let you see it stack specialties for this one.
Okay, I wasn't
You're
sure.
already gonna roll like yes, absolutely sure.
So that's a 6.
Well, it looks like there's a paperwork that the project essentially looks like the actual sort of glass box and stuff is insulated to prevent heat from heat damage and stuff, and there are various observational notes on subject 23, and there are notes about her unusual caloric output, her ability to generate heat. See reference notes to philosophen and unnaturally created supernatural fire. And you'll note they describe her. She may well be a component of a Frankenstein, some sort of Promethean living fire beast. And there's some notes on her ability to camouflage herself. Is
this starting to make me like? Is this starting to hint? Okay, keeper. Out of character, I'm not familiar with anything that keepers can do, so I don't know how much of this would ring bells in my head or not. Okay.
The reason you get it is that she's some kind of weird supernatural thing.
Keepers can do anything changelings can do, only way better.
Weird supernatural thing.
You hear Morosa going, different paradigm.
Some sort of weird supernatural thing. Now John's sense of I don't want to die is mixing with his...
You can pull your hands back away from that. Meanwhile, so Noisy and Twiddle, you guys are exchanging words there?
Yeah. So there's a girl in a glass box, and he's fiddling with the door. And then when I said, like, what are you doing? Then he like untied the rope. So I think like he's like mind controlled. Mind control.
The moment she says the word door, Noisy is moving.
Okay. You'll start to move out. Twiddle, you look past Noisy up the steps, the stairs coming down, and you will see that there are 3 people on the landing up above you. You will see that there is an older gentleman with a cane.
Uh-huh.
And he is standing there, and behind him, it looks like they're very obviously 2 grad students that are with him.
Yeah.
And this is what the older gentleman looks like.
Oh my God, he looks like a dick face.
And he is just looking at you.
Okay. And Twiddle goes, because his heart's going like really fast. He goes, someone came and carried one of these things that you had down here away, and we were looking to see what it was. And then there's another girl in a glass box, and maybe someone's gonna let her loose. But we're like out of here. And Twiddle's like, Noisy, we gotta go.
Okay, so Noisy,
Was that also
here is the situation. Here's the situation, Noisy. You've kind of stepped into the hallway because you're gonna figure out about this door thing, and then beside you, Twiddle suddenly with that speech, and you'll look back up the stairs in the stairway, and you see those 3 figures there.
God damn it. John,
What do you do?
I'm gonna get ready to fight, I guess. That's what I do. Now I just need to know whether or not to go get John or just straight up try to knock those guys over.
What do you do?
I'm gonna tell Twiddle to go get John. He's just like, go get him. We're leaving.
Okay. So anyway, you got an escape on your hands, and I turn around and I run.
Twiddle runs. Okay. So now we're going to go to sort of the action
This is what Noisy
sequence
would
here.
do if it wouldn't knock her unconscious
Okay.
to do so.
Twiddle
Yes.
runs
I run too.
down the hallway. John, we would cut to the shot of you kind of backing away from the glass box, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then Twiddle, the door goes, that bang, as Twiddle smacks his way into the room.
John, we gotta go. We gotta go now. Don't open the door. Come on, we gotta go. The guys who locked him in here are coming down.
Noisy, you're standing in
Hey,
the
guys.
doorway at the base of the stairs. How are you presenting yourself?
They already saw me, so basically I'm gonna do an intimidation. I'm just gonna stand there and be just like, if you try to get past me, you'll probably die. And doing the thing where, like, the thing that Clint Eastwood does, where he narrows his eyes just a little and then guitar and starts to play. Yeah, doing that.
Wyatt Earp stare down.
Yeah, she's just gonna like stand with feet apart and just like her big old mitts on her waist, just filling the doorway and kind of square her shoulders so that she really does seem to fill the doorway and just stare him down and just be like, give him this look like turn around. Just turn around.
Forceful.
Hell yeah.
Roll it. You get +4 on forceful.
Oh my gosh.
Sweet.
You should be doing everything forceful.
+3, so that's 4, 5, 6, 7.
7. The
Grad students pee their pants.
It's not better.
And so here's what happens. The 2 grad students that are back there behind, they literally are like, oh, Jesus Christ. And they will back up.
Good.
The old man,
Shit.
The one you always have to worry about.
narrowing
right?
his eyes,
Badass old man. He rolled his eyes at me?
kind
Okay.
of does a little taken aback,
Narrows them.
and
Oh, I
he
see.
will kind of raise up the cane a little bit, and he says, those feet and hands must be very, very heavy.
Oh, damn it, he's a man.
Why don't you make a clever roll for me here?
Alright. What's my clever?
1.
+1.
Okay, so that's a 2 in all.
Okay. And it is when he says that. I mean, they feel heavy to you already, those. I mean, they are leaden. It's something that you deal with. It's why you're strong. But it's like gravity is increased. It just just way down.
Well, I'm not gonna let him know he got to me. So I'm just gonna
press your arms to keep them up and steady.
Absolutely, and then we'll
come back to you. Let me go to John and Twiddle. Okay. John, what are you doing?
So Twiddle just told me that the people who are capturing and holding things captive in here are coming down and trying to get us.
Yes.
I'm beating the crap out of the cage that the creature's in and shouting, it's down the hall. Take your revenge.
What?
So you're going to shatter this glass box? Okay. Why don't you... That seems more flashy or forceful, right? Or quick.
Quick. That's the first thing that came to his head.
Roll.
To wipe this out. Alright, dice.
And this is what you see Twiddle doing.
That's a 4, because I don't think any of my specialties would really apply.
So I want you to imagine that when you say that, Twiddle, that John's arm just kind of goes and shatters the reinforced glass of this cage.
Okay, and Twiddle goes, "Who are you?" But he's talking to John.
Yeah. What are you doing, Twiddle? Twiddle, what are you doing?
I'm backing out.
In the hall?
Yeah,
okay.
My hair is all standing up straight, and my ears, and I got my heart clutched, and I'm like backing up, and my tail is straight up, and he's making like little skittery, like when the cat's running and like the feet are going, but he's not making as much distance as he ought to because his feet are going so fast, so he's sort of skittering backwards. That's what Twiddle is doing.
All right. Skitters into the hallway. This young woman, she catches fire.
Oh, gosh.
Now, it's that the fire kind of comes out and courses around her skin, kind of comes out from her eyes and her mouth. And it's not red fire, it's blue fire, like natural gas kind of flame, and it kind of comes, and you will see that she is up in a moment and coming straight at you, John. So, let's cut back to Noisy. You're standing there, you kind of get that feeling, that bracing, and then down the hallway you'll hear as glass shatters.
Can I say my cool line first?
Yes.
Okay, he said, those hands and feet must be very heavy.
Must be very heavy.
And she says, not too heavy for me. It's very simple, but it's very important.
Okay.
Thank you. Alright, and then of course, there was like this moment, and then, which is of course. And is there no change of pressure? Like, is there a backdraft or any kind of...
Yeah, there's probably a little bit of a past you as that wind goes past.
Right. She'll actually, like, sway, I think, just a little. And start backing up. Actually, I don't know, because Noisy's all about standing her ground. So she wants to go look at what happened, but that would mean either turning her back on the guy or backing away from them, and neither of those are acceptable. So I think she's going to actually walk toward him and say, we're going to be going.
So kind of move over to the bottom of the steps?
Yeah. Basically,
Okay.
force him to back up.
Let's have you make a forceful roll.
See Noisy backing away.
Yeah.
from the
No,
side.
yeah, no, I think that makes sense.
Not after she already stared him down.
Okay.
Alright, so forceful, you said?
Yep.
Okay. Neutral, so that's 4.
Okay. You will move forward, but you will take a box of damage.
That's cool.
Essentially, just as you feel your muscles kind of tear and rip as you move forward on it, and you will see him go, ugh, and kind of step back, and his action will be, you two should run. and
To the
the
grad
grad
students?
students will run. And they're slipping on their own pee and stuff as they run up the stairs. Okay, and they take off. But he will also stand his ground.
And this guy, I'm gonna have to bust his head.
John.
Stop, drop, and roll.
Okay.
I'm hoping it's just making a beeline for the door, and if I hit my face first on the ground, it'll fly over me.
Okay. So you want to?
I'm still optimistic that it's not an enemy.
So you would like to delay until it goes and try and act sort of full defend?
Yeah, is it actually obviously attacking me, or is it just moving in my direction?
Oh, it's coming for you.
Oh, crap sticks. I just thought maybe I was between it and the door.
No. You have delicious glamour in you.
Oh, crap, it is a keeper.
No, it's not a keeper.
Oh, it isn't a keeper? Okay.
No.
Okay, well, in that case, John is going to pick up... Or is Twiddle already gone?
Twiddle is out in the hallway, freaked the fuck out.
It's,
All right, I'm going
running
to-
backwards. Running backwards, I think, is the way to put it.
I'm going to run. I'm going to pick up Twiddle as I'm running, and then I'm going to start racing back towards the entryway we came from, and then right as it's about to hit me, I'm going to dive us both face first to the floor and hope that it just flies past us.
So,
Ultimately is the plan.
So one of the things you do know is this hallway, there are a couple of other ways out.
Okay.
Is that the hallway does go down past where that lounge was, because that's actually the way that Morosa originally came in. That goes up into the main building. This doorway, the stairs that you guys came down, were attached to essentially the loading bay. So you do know that there's another way out, because you checked out the floor plans here, so I wanted to remind you of that.
Yeah, I'm honestly, I'm just hoping that if we get it close enough to the people that have been trapping it here for God knows how long, that its anger at them will be enough to let us away while it kills the mage or whatever it is.
So you're gonna right now. Your action is gonna be to move out of the hallway, grab Twiddle, and essentially start to move down. So, what do you want to call that approach?
I'm going with quick because I'm trying to like race hell out of there.
Okay. Go ahead and make that roll for me.
All right.
That would work.
Oh crap! What did I?
You rolled 8 dice.
No, the
They're laid on top of the other one.
the second 4 are the wait. No, the first 4 are the ones I rolled. I don't know what happened. I'm just gonna roll again. Clear.
Okay.
I didn't hear it clear last time. So it's my last roll and this roll were
Oh,
combined.
okay.
Oh, that sucks. That's worse than either of the other 2 rolls. I will. Well, I obviously made a horrible mistake in doing this, in freeing the creature. So I am going to invoke anything can be fixed.
Okay.
In the hopes that I can make this not turn out terribly.
All right.
Plus 2 to my total.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's going to give me a total of 4. I'm trying to see if I can squeeze in any of my specialties. 4, yeah.
Okay, so 4, grabbing Twiddle takes you down. This thing, you kind of run, grab Skitter, grab Twiddle, move along the hallways, and it comes out behind you, hitting the walls, and makes a grab for you. John, how many fate points do you have right now?
I just spent 1, so I'm down to 4.
Okay, you now have 3.
Oh.
Because what it does is, when it kind of touches you, you'll feel some of your glamour ignite.
Ooh.
And actually burn off from you.
Okay.
And it hurts as it burns out, kind of metaphysically burns under your skin there, catches fire for a second and ignites there. Twiddle, so John has grabbed you in your panic and is running with you down the hallway, and this burning girl is chasing you.
Yeah, and I think Twiddle has a heart attack, and in those moments, you know, where everything slows down because he's dying,
Dunk, 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 dunk.
literally it stopped like that. And I'm gonna invoke, Yeah, I think he kind of sees how this is all going to play out.
Okay.
So I'm going to invoke Contracts of the Martyr.
Okay.
And I'm going to shape what's left of my glamour as a cage around her.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Well, that seems pretty clever.
Okay, and essentially I'm just going to go, you're going to have to go, you're going to have to tell them what's happening.
Yoo-hoo.
And then I will cast that last part of myself. I mean, that's pretty much me
Okay.
going out there.
John, kind of got a hold of Twiddle there, and this thing kind of grabs towards you. Twiddle will twist out of your arms, kind of drop and roll, and you'll see him catch fire.
No!
And stop this thing. Blue flames ignite. Okay, Noisy.
Yeah.
And this guy will say, leave if you want, but you will not come this way.
As in up that stairway.
Right.
That's the way I'm facing. Start talking.
And you will hear flames, screaming, fire behind you.
Yeah. Noisy's like, I gotta focus. I need to get this old man's.
He goes,
Some fucking old man.
I would run if I were you. But not from me.
Okay. But he's standing between me and the way out, right?
There is another way out. You guys did look at the maps of this place.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So-
That was one of the things you guys had done last time.
Alright. So where is the other way out? Is the fire between me and the other way out?
No, you'd have to fall back into the hall and then run essentially the other way up the hallway. Essentially the way that actually John is headed right now, and up towards where you are at.
Then I'm going to tell him undo what he did.
He'll tap his cane in a way that says he's still not certain if you're going to come at him or not. And the weight will lift.
I'm just going to lift one fist and say, I really should. Remember that. And I want to use oath and punishment to enforce what I'm saying. When I say, I didn't kill you, you owe me, I'm basically enforcing that. Like, yeah, you let me go, but I'm also not going to attack you. You know what I mean?
That
Is
is...
that how it works? Is that not how it works?
You can certainly try that. I will give you some information from that when you do that.
Well, let me figure out a way to phrase it better. You know, like, because we were kind of having a moment where, like, he was looking in my eyes and I was looking in his eyes, and he said, run. And then I said, you know, trust me and let me get out alive and I won't kill you. And then he did trust me. I'm kind of, like, asking the weird to recognize the moment. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Certainly, you can shape your own weird and fate to that end.
Right. To just that he and I have some kind of agreement that for now we're not going to attack each other.
And the fate will definitely wrap around you on that.
What does that mean?
It means the weird won't touch him.
The weird won't touch him at all.
No.
Huh. Okay, so that's what I find out.
That's what you find out.
To touch him with contracts. Okay, cool. Well then I will I guess just to show him that like because there's no reason I don't really know if this guy is like a bad guy because he hasn't really done anything to me, and when I said let me go he did. So I guess I'm gonna like make an obvious show of okay and just leave.
Okay. And I'm going to come back to you in just a second because I'm going to go back to the speed of what's going on here in the hallway. John, pardon?
With them. I'm not just going to leave without them. Just making sure you knew that.
Yep. John, you'll see from where you're at, Twiddle, ignite, stop this thing. Noisy's in the doorway up there. What do you want to do?
Is Twiddle's corpse still burning?
Twiddle himself is still burning, yes.
I want to bring. I want to bring Twiddle's corpse with me so that I can transplant his brain into a Franklin so that he's still alive.
That's the worst thing I've ever heard in the game.
Are you telling me that you don't think that would be the first thing John thinks of if he sees a?
It might be the first thing John would think of. And he also might consider the flames. But what do you want to do?
There must be some self-preservation in there somewhere.
I am going to attempt to put the flames out with something, or at least I'm gonna pull out. I'm gonna pull up some of the fire-absorbent cloth that I obviously have with me because I start a lot of
Except it's
fires.
not flames. It's not actual flames.
Oh.
It's actually the glamour.
Oh, okay, right. I am still going to grab some flame-absorbent cloth and hope that it works on glamour flames. And
Okay,
toss
so
it over his body and try to pick it up.
Okay. Why don't you make a
I don't want to leave him behind.
quick roll for me?
All right. Oh, that was bad.
Okay.
I'm gonna invoke. All my science are mad science because it was
Okay.
it was a custom-made device that sorry, I'm erasing. It is a custom-made flame-retardant blanket that not only is a blanket, it is it self-adheres and like wraps itself up around whatever I throw it on, mechanically, for a reroll.
And go ahead and do that then. Reroll.
Because that was bad.
It sounds like a horrible way to go. No dignity.
Oh, that was good.
That was like the reverse of what you did last time.
6.
You will grab up. The flames go right through the blanket
Oh crap.
because they're not real flames. So lose another weight point as
Yeah.
more of your glamour burns.
Yeah.
What are you down to?
1.
Okay. And you'll start to move. Noisy. Had that moment with him. Felt that thing. Feel the thing. What are you doing?
I'm gonna go get my companions.
All right, kind of step in the hallway. You'll see maybe 10, 20 feet away. You'll see. How do I describe this? You'll see John has a blanket that is fire is burning out from it in blue flame through the blanket because it's not real flame. He's got a hold of it, and there's another figure down past that is burning and burning bright right now as it's working through the glamour that was sent to it. So it's held in position for a moment. That's what you will see.
Just gonna grab John, like literally, like grab him and his package under one arm and book it.
Okay.
Can I say something?
Sure.
Okay. Tie the rope around the sack and drag it behind us.
Whatever. I mean, for me, it's as easy to carry both of them as it is to.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm just gonna like.
So that the
grab-
flame doesn't touch us and kill us.
It's not magical flame, right?
It's glamour burning flame.
Oh wait, Lowell, I need to know what does it feel like the flame is gonna kill my glamour?
So all you know is that he's wrapped a figure it must be Twiddle in some kind of blanket, and there's a flame, a blue flame, that is flickering around there, burning around, actually through. I mean, it just goes. It doesn't even, the blanket doesn't even affect it by it. So it's clearly an unnatural fire.
Then I guess I'm just gonna grab John by the collar and start dragging him out.
Okay, make a forceful roll.
Rope. He can do that. But
I'm not going without Twiddle, so.
What?
Oh, and you've got the blanketed Twiddle. Okay.
A 1.
So that's a 5 with your forceful then?
Yeah.
All right. You will grab onto John, and you guys will pell-mell smack through the hallways, running up and out of here. Right now, Twiddle out, possibly dead. This blue thing feeding off the glamour that Twiddle let loose into that hallway. By the time you get to the next set of stairs, John, Twiddle, the fire has gone out.
Okay.
And you guys will pell-mell up through the building and outside.
We need to get him back to our base camp now.
Essentially, head out to the truck, and that is where we're going to leave off tonight, since it is.
Oh, wow, it is 11. I didn't even notice what time it was.
It is after midnight. We will take up next time back at the Peach.
All right.
Awesome possum.
With the horrible clown. The miracle
Clowns are horrible.
Clowns are horrible. I saw actually a horrible thing about an abandoned clown motel just outside of Vegas.
It was
Like a
abandoned. It wasn't lovingly kept up.
It was not lovingly kept up. Or at least it's fallen into relative disrepair.
All right.
I'll probably
The
use
ground.
that for the banner for next time.
Okay, awesome.
Oh God.
Nice.
All right, guys. Now I'm going to go and wipe the sweat from my brow and drink my bottle of water and get ready to go to bed.
Thanks,
I
guys.
will see you guys
Thank you,
next
guys.
week.
Okay.
And we'll do the last part of this particular side story bit and hopefully bring the groups back together for the events. So I will see you guys next time.
Awesome. Have
See
a good night,
ya.
everybody.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.